welcome. This is a Secrets to Ranking #1 on Google. It's a special event that I want to put on because we've had some good news recently. So there's been a recent SEO competition, and Dan O'Donnell managed to rank #1 using On-page. So in this competition, there's a whole bunch of experts trying to rank for the term SEO rock stars in the US. So it's a conference in Dallas, and he managed to rank #1, outranking even the official site for the competition, or the official site for the conference. So this right here is the official site. You have a whole bunch of other people trying to do a whole bunch of tricky things as well. So expert SEOs, people that do this for a living, you have a Chrome plugin, press releases, there's podcasts, all kinds of stuff. And he managed with like a simple site that I'm going to show you exactly how he did it to rank #1. So that I don't know, I was pumped. I was stoked about it. And let me just show you what we're talking about. I'm just going to show you right here. If I go to Google and you type in SEO Rockstars, this is his website. Now, if anyone's replicating this search at home, I do want to mention that this competition happened in the States. So that's why he actually used some sneaky little tricks that we'll cover soon. He put Dallas, Texas. So it shows up as #1 if you search from a US data center, and from other places in the world. I think it varies between 1 and 2. Still very good. But to essentially rank for the competition, this is what he has. And he has a sidebar as well. I'm going to go over that as well. So if I click on the website, we're just going to take a quick glance at the website, see what we're working with. It is this. And this is the SEO Rockstar site that he put up. And he said he put it up in about 5 hours, which makes me laugh. It was like a quick thing, and he managed to outrank everyone else. Now, when we look at this website, what's interesting about this website is that it's not pretty, right? This is really not a pretty website for humans or anything like that. This is just a run-of-the-mill website, but it is beautiful because that is almost what search engine optimization is. It is not necessarily having a beautiful website, even though I do encourage you to have a beautiful website. It's not about that. It's about search engine optimization. So optimizing for search engines. And this is a highly optimized page for search engines. So we're using a whole bunch of tricks in the book to make it seem as if it's the ideal page for Google. So let me break down why, or one of the secrets of why this page did so well. So the secret #1 is actually going to be called super relevance. And let me explain what I'm talking about. And I'm a big fan of relevance. And let me dive in and show you On-page. So if we type in the term, I'm sure you're all familiar with On-page.ai by now. But here's where you type in your term of what you want to rank. Here's where you put your compare URL, your whatever you want to rank, and then you click submit. Gives you a whole report. And the most important thing, and one of the reasons Dan managed to rank the site so well, is because he developed the most relevant page for that term. So if we compare, and this is going to be his #1 at the top, and I could even expand this, it's a brand new feature we added. You could expand it and see how your relevance for this term. So how relevant are you for this term, and how do you stack up against the competitors right here? So you can see that he's in green on top, and the bottom is the same thing as here, the compare page. But he's in green on top, and then there's a huge gap between the green and the next one, the next website. So he has a significant advantage in terms of relevance. Now, why is this important? It's because Google wants to show the most relevant page for the query. That is pretty much their objective. Whenever Google says, hey, we want to show the best page, for whatever question, or the best page for the user, this is what they're talking about. They want to show the most relevant answer, the most relevant page. And here we dive in to having massive amounts of relevance for this term. And to build and essentially score high, I'm going to break it down. It's actually really, really easy. So when we are trying to build a whole bunch of relevance, what we need to do, and what Dan did, is he started adding the recommended words and the highly related words. So these, if you're more advanced, these are also known as entities. So these are relevant and related entities and highly related entities here. And what essentially that means is going to be words that are related to this main SEO rockstar term. And let's start kind of dive in and take a look at the crazy optimization he did with regards to increasing relevance. So if I look at the top terms to add, I'm going to bounce back and forth right around here. I'm actually going to make this slightly bigger just so it's easier to see at home. You have SEO rock stars, Google, marketing, business, speakers, and those are essentially some of the top terms. And you have SEO rockstar, marketing, traffic. And when I start reading his text here, so it says SEO rock stars, which is one of the words. He has search engine marketing, which is another one. I'm going to make this bigger too. And then he has top marketing conference. He has the word tips, tricks, resources, website, business, and then Google SERP, then rankings, and then competitors. And as I'm scrolling through, I'm kind of highlighting the important entities here. So a site, visitor, conversion, PPC, rock stars. So as I go through, you can see that almost every like second word is a related entity. Now, this doesn't necessarily translate the best for humans. So if you're a human reading this, okay, it's maybe not the most pleasant to read, even though it is readable or it is legible. However, search engines absolutely dig this up. Search engines say, oh my God, this is the best copy I've ever seen and the most relevant copy I've ever seen for this specific term. And he keeps on doing this. So as I scroll down, by the way, actually, let me just pause 1 second. This is Dan. This is his website. And, we talk a lot. We talk back and forth. And if you need any local SEO, I want to show off his website here, creven.com. So I just want to give him a plug. And obviously this is all about the website that he ranked with On-page. So that's why, credit to him. So getting back to this, he highly optimized the text. And let me show you an example of what I mean by optimizing the text and not having too much fluff. Because one of the things that you want to do, let me take all his text. So I'm just going to copy all the text on this page, and then I'm going to put it into the on-page editor. So here, what you could do is in the on-page tool, if you click on the top right here, it says send to editor, and then we could paste in the article in the editor, and it's going to give us, there we go. Whoops, took a little more time. You could paste the content into the editor, and it's going to give you a relevance score at the top left. Now, just make sure the sound is coming through. You guys can hear me perfectly. Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, Chris says entity stuffing, a new term for 2023. Yeah, basically, that's what's happening here. So this is where it gets really cool and where a lot of people could just improve their website by doing this or improve their rankings by doing this. The key and the secret to getting a high relevance score is to use a whole bunch of entities, but not have too much fluff. So if you start writing about things that are not related to SEO Rockstar, your relevance score is actually going to get diluted and go down. So one of the things I want to show you, let me kind of go down here. I have a paragraph of fluff, and this is just going to simulate writing about something else, right? So I add a fluff here. Oh, okay, let me just show you. So now we're at 100, which is, this is the optimized version. But if I add this one paragraph of fluff, whoops, I don't know, we just had a whole bunch of, yeah, I'm going to add a paragraph of fluff. You're going to see this number go down very soon. So now fluff, there you go, 99. Now we're starting to go down. I'm going to add a few more lines, 98, and 96, and 95. And the more fluff I add, the more, like, imagine this was a different paragraph talking about something else. The more you add at something that's not related, the lower your relevance score kind of goes down. So it is normal to talk about different things and to talk about, different topics and cover it, but you still want to stay on that topic if you want to have the utmost relevance. And that's kind of a secret to ranking online, where large pages, I absolutely love large pages because you could rank a whole bunch of things. However, if you have a mega large page, you might rank for a whole bunch of keywords, but you might lose a few rankings for that one specific term that you're trying to target, because you're going to be diluting your relevance by adding all this unrelated text. So this just think of fluff as unrelated text. And here, if I add, let's say we have 2 paragraphs or 2 or 3 paragraphs of fluff, I just went from 100 score to 79, and now I'm no longer ranking just because I started talking about, a slightly different thing on that, instead of my main topic. So that is going to be one of the secrets to ranking. And we got our nice little confettis here. Yes, that's going to be one of the nice little secrets to ranking, is when you kind of optimize your copy, you want to make sure that it's highly targeted and you're using all the related entities and highly related words inside of it. And this is actually why I use tools so much right now, especially entity tools or just the recommended words of tool like this, because when I'm not writing naturally, I will forget things. And also the other thing I want to mention, this is kind of another thing, it's actually okay to forget things. If for optimization purposes, you want to have as many relevant words, but even Dan, who wasn't not ranking, who is ranking number 1 right now, didn't use absolutely every term. He's using most of them, but he's not didn't using absolutely every term. So for instance, I could put my cursor here and I could use our auto insert feature. Just click on the word content. I click on the word content, and in here it's going to auto generate a sentence that is relevant to whatever we're talking about using the word content. So content's the bread and butter of SEO. Without it, your website's going to struggle to rank and all that. So this is kind of a quick way that you could add extra content, use your entities just by clicking on the words and placing your cursor somewhere. So I think that's cool, like cool party trick. Haven't seen anyone else do that. But anyways, let's get back to the other optimization that he's been doing and all the really cool stuff. So if I go back to the page, we just covered how he's essentially, like Chris just said, like entity stuffing almost to just get a super high relevance score for the term. And this is why he's significantly above the rest of the competition. Now, where else can you optimize? Well, you're going to see that the subheadlines all have some sort of related entity. So here you have the SEO rock stars, then you have the word internet, then you have the web, and I think you have SEO rockstar again, marketer, and then you got rockstar, and then you have marketing trends, which is another one, and then online success, and all these like subheadlines also have and are also highly rated to the term. So when you put all of this together, Google just says, oh, this is the best page. And yeah, that's when you need a lot less links or sometimes next to no links to rank. So that is going to be secret number one to ranking. And anyone could do this. You just run your key. Absolutely anyone can do this. You just run your keyword and your compare page, or even if you don't have a page yet, you just put this blank and it'll tell you which words to add. Now, we've actually, and I'm going to just take a second here, we've actually introduced a brand new feature that I'm so pumped about. This has been helping me, and this is helping me fine tune my page to perfection. And this feature didn't even exist when Dan was optimizing it. But if he would have used this, he would have gotten, it would have been even better. So what we just released for optimization, I just showed you the way to optimize it using kind of like adding these words here and the highly related words here. But we just released a competitor entity analysis. This is a brand new feature, just came out this week, basically, or just beginning of last week. And it allows you to compare your website and all the related words, all the entities that you need to use in your copy with the competition. And this is unique in the sense that we're measuring the density. So here you can see all the top websites that are ranking at the top. And you can see yours is going to be on the right-hand side. And green means that you're using it a good amount of times, so 3 or more times. But where it gets interesting, and you want to get as much green as you can, obviously, but where it gets interesting is that you could see how you fare compared to the competitors in terms of the word usage. You could hover over any word to see how many times they're using it within their copy. And what I've been noticing is that the orange or yellow or orange ones are opportunities where I'm using it just a bit, but a lot of times, especially for the top terms, I could use it even more. So here, the word analytics, let me make just bigger so you can see the word analytics, we're only using it twice, and we could probably squeeze it in one more time. The word sales, we're not using it at all. The word content is not on the page at all. This is a page about SEO, right? So the word content and the word strategy should be mentioned on the page within the content. So these are the tweaks that you could quickly go and see with this brand new feature. And this is actually a feature that's available inside for every single scan inside On-page. All the plans get this. And you could expand, and obviously, look, I'm going to do the full expansion here. You get all the words, and you can see that the guys in the middle, the guys that aren't ranking that well, they're not using most of these terms. they're missing most of the terms. And this is how you could quickly optimize a page. So hopefully everyone is following. Everyone finds this interesting. I have another secret, and this one really is going to be very useful. I think a whole bunch of people are doing it, but I'm not even doing it to the extent that Dan was doing it. And the second one is really making it real. So I'm going to make sure everyone's okay in the chat. Okay, cool, perfect. Okay, good. So making it real. If I go back to the page, one of the things that he did is he wanted to beat out all these experts, these SEO experts from around the world. And all of the experts from around the world, they were trying to create quick pages, and they were forgetting to make it real. So what he did is he actually created like a local business for SEO rockstars. So right down here, you can actually see in the footer, let me make this just a bit bigger. you have an address, like a real address. You have an about page. You have a privacy policy. You have a terms of use. And he even has an email that is at SEO Rockstars 2022. So he has like all the everything in here, especially the address that makes it like a legitimate business. So if I scroll all the way back to the top, even the contact page, if I load up the contact page here, you're going to see he created fake employees at this fictional business. So you got this employee with his email here and all these employees with their email at SEO Rockstars 2022. And I think these are AI images and so forth. So he has a whole bunch of, he has a whole team working at SEO Rockstars. He has an address. And so this, when Google sees this, they're like, oh, this is a real business, right? This is legitimate. And that's why he started building citations to this address. And he was even able to register a Google business profile with this website and this address. So this was one of the things that made him stand out from the crowd and be able to rank, especially in Dallas, right? So this was a really smart thing to do because the conference was in Dallas, Texas. So when they were searching for the term in the SEO competition, they're searching from Dallas, Texas. So he basically found, I think he found a parking lot or like a empty lot nearby, and is like, yeah, that's my address now. And then he optimized it for that address, and he ended up sending out a press release with links to citations with that address. And that was one of the things that I thought it was really clever. It's really making it seem like a real business. So that was one of the things. And if you look at all the other competitors, most of them just completely forgot about that, or just omitted it, or just didn't do any of that. So I appreciated that as well. That's going to be the secret number 2, make it real. And as I'm doing this, I'm actually remembering, this ties into secret number 3. So secret number 3, and this ties into this, is going to be unique content. Now, one of the things that I'm a huge proponent about is going to be unique or images. So if I look at these images, now you'll hear me out, because there's been a lot of talk about unique images versus just stock images. Stock images don't hurt you, right? You could have as many stock images as you want. I just think that unique images give you benefit, right? So whenever Google released the product review update, and inside they said, hey, have images that prove that you really used it. So if you're using stock images, it doesn't prove you're really using the product or whatever. If you have unique images, I believe it gives you slightly more benefit. And when you are creating these images, he actually put SEO Rockstar in the image. And from a long time ago, we tested this, and it didn't seem to make an impact if you wrote SEO, like wrote text or not. However, he did it because Google might change in the future. And when we inspect the image, you can see it is specially named. It's named SEO Rockstars. So this is the name of the image. Let me just disable Flux just in case. It is named SEO Rockstars .jpg. So that's no coincidence. And if I load up the images here, so this image as well is going to be named something that is related. So this is going to be called Rockstar. And so you have SEO Rockstar, you have Rockstar, and I could go through every single image is going to be related. So this is rock and roll SEO. So you can see how amazingly optimized all the images are for the topic. So that's going to be the next tip. I know a whole bunch of SEOs are already doing this, but if you're just putting in just numbers or just random images and you're not naming the file name, whatever you're trying to rank, that is a big opportunity for you to kind of capitalize on. So the next thing that he did, and like I'm sharing all the secrets for this webpage right now of how he did it. The next big secret was adding unique content. So let me kind of zoom in right on this paragraph right here. Let me make it like as big as I can, I guess. And here he has statistics and facts with the recent Google helpful content update. So the recent big update from Google, they have started and they've declared they are looking for unique content, helpful content. And to Google, helpful content is stuff that that could be entered into the knowledge base, right? So stuff that Google could say, this is not an opinion, it is actual useful information, stuff they could understand. So facts are great, statistics are great. And to get these, if I look, SEO is used in 70%, 2% of online marketing or marketers as primary or secondary marketing channel. If I take this quote, there are many ways of getting this statistical information. So in the On-page tool, when you do a scan, you get swipe content. So I'm going to scroll all the way down a bit. And here, we actually give you statistics. So these are AI generated statistics. And there's another way of getting statistics for whatever term you want to rank. We actually have the brief and outline tool. So brief and outline in On-page right here, you put in whatever keyword you want. So here you put in like SEO rockstar, and this is what you would search. I'm just going to load up the search so it goes a bit faster. So what we're doing here, as soon as it loads up, there you go. Here you get the search landscape. So this helps you build a brief and an outline for an article. We're not really going to do that right now. The article has already been written, but you do have a section called questions, which are all the Google questions for this term, and stats. So if I go in stats, this is exactly what Dan added to the page. So here I can see SEO is used by 72% of online marketers as secondary marketing channel. And then here I say, look, SEO is used by 72% of marketers. The next one is going to be generates an estimated ROI of 122. And then if I go back here, the second one, he literally did copy pasted like this, and this, and I think even the last one. So he just took them almost in order and put all these statistics. Now he did rewrite the statistics so they would seem like unique content, but the information itself is going to be the same, right? So it's really, what is it? This one, this one, this one, this one. And I think he even has another one where he's like, cool, here are my stats that I'm going to include. And what is unique and what's important about this is that makes Google think that your page is valuable. It's more valuable than a page that is not mentioning statistics, that's not mentioning facts. And that's just the beginning. So in terms of unique content, Dan actually went the next level of On-page. And this is one of the things that I absolutely love, and I've been encouraging people to do for so long, and I'm just happy he did it, is in order to be an authority on the topic, in order to be able to provide and convey to Google that you are the topical expert on a topic, we actually have in On-page a section called topical authority questions. So if I scroll down here, topical authority questions, these are AI generated questions that basically cover the subject. So these are questions that haven't been asked before most of the time, and they cover the who, what, where, and how of your topic. So when you answer these questions that Google hasn't seen an answer for before, you get credit as being the source for this keyword. So you are the source of information for the term SEO rockstars. For instance, we have what is the definition of SEO rockstars? What are most well-known, respected SEO rockstars? What makes someone a SEO rockstars? There's a whole bunch of questions. And if I go into Dan's copy right here, we're actually going to see the start. Like, what is an SEO rockstar? How do you become an SEO rockstar? How do you maintain your title? How do you keep up with the marketing trends? How do you measure online success? Who are some well-known SEO rockstars? And like, he basically went through, and these are going to be unique for everyone, which is cool because, whenever you generate them, they're going to be AI written. So here, like, what are the benefits of becoming an SEO rockstar? Who makes it? Well, what are some well-known, respected SEO rockstars? So actually, this question right here is exactly who are some well-known SEO rockstars? Exactly this, but formatted slightly different, so it's unique content. And anyone who's used On-page can see that, look, I could actually click on get answer right here, and it's automatically going to AI generate an answer. What he did, and I kind of want to emphasize this as well. Here you go. So you have some AI generated answer. He made sure that this content with all his answers were unique, right? So one of the things you could do with On-page is you could actually use our AI detection. So if I plug in and I go AI detection, I could put in, I'll put in his URL. And what you type in is you put in whatever URL, and it'll tell you this page has scored a 0.3 on the detection scale, which means that our AI detection or Google is going to say, oh, this is completely unique, we've never seen this text before. So that was kind of just another additional thing he made sure to kind of score on. So hopefully everyone's seeing kind of like the power of answering questions about a topic that haven't been answered before. So topical authority questions, these are things that I typically will try to answer on my copy. Now, this is essentially all his text. Like, so if you're like, I don't know what to write about and I want to rank about something, look at this. This is the question. This is helping him become an authority. This one, what is SEO? What is a rock star? What's the different? Like, these are literally 3/4 of his text is that, right? So hopefully anyone that has a website can see how easy and anyone could do this. That's one point I want to emphasize, so far we've gone over how to create a highly relevant page. You just need to add the words. And then next, we talked about unique content, making it real. Everyone could do that. And then we talked about adding essentially unique statistics and facts that Google hasn't seen before. And then after that, we're just adding authority questions. So this is literally following the formula and the things that I put out there, and using On-page, anyone could do it. And what I'm really happy about is that now we kind of have proof of the pudding. Well, people always ask, or often, I've done case studies, private case studies, and we've had amazing success with On-page. But a lot of times people want to say, okay, I want to see something. I want to, let me see it in real life. Well, it cannot be more real. This is like an SEO competition with a whole bunch of SEO experts, and this is ranking #1. So it works. I don't know how else to say it. It works. Now, okay, I do want to make a disclaimer that results will vary. I always have to do that. We have no control over Google. Results will vary. I'm not saying you're going to add one thing and you're going to start winning all these competitions. That is not at all what I'm saying. I'm just saying that Google does like this stuff, and it does rank. So yeah, but I think that's going to be it for secret number 3, specific unique content. Now I'm just going to check up, make sure everyone's okay in the chat, and then I'm going to unleash or reveal my favorite secret, which is going to be supporting content. So just make sure everything is going well. I see a whole bunch of questions coming in. Okay, cool. And okay, I think the best way to keep the flow going is I'm going to answer all the questions after I right after. Okay, so I'll just be going through the questions. I'll make sure that everything is okay. And yeah, okay, cool, perfect. So let's keep on going. And all right, cool. So where we are in supporting content, this is my favorite secret. So hopefully everyone could see what kind of, what we're talking about here. Now, supporting content is actually going to be these pages. So at the top of his website, he actually has sub pages. And the reason for this is because Google doesn't want to rank a single page on the internet. You just have one single page. Google says, okay, well, it's not ideal. What you want is you want to have supporting content, supporting topical content for your main target keyword or main page. So if you're writing about, I don't know, fruits or banana, you want to rank for a banana, you got to write about a whole bunch of fruits. And then Google is going to say, oh, you're a fruit expert. Now you could rank about banana. So if you want to be an SEO rockstar expert, you have to write about a whole bunch of SEO rockstar related terms. So here I'm going to show you a sub page. So it's very, very simple, and anyone can do this. If you want to help your rankings with to rank for a specific term, you create sub pages and then you link them back to your main page. So this is one of the sub pages, very, very simple page. And inside the sub page, you actually have an internal link right here that points back to the main page, right? So this is just a very, 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 very simple article. No one's really going to read this, but it's an optimized, very simple article, and it points back to the main page. Now, if I look at the other ones, it's kind of like the same thing over and over. You have kind of this pointing back to the main page and a very simple article, and that's it. So why did he create these, and how did he choose them? So one of the things is you want to support your main keywords. So if you're going for the term SEO rockstar, you need to be writing about sub pages that support that main topic. So if you start writing about things that are not related, you're not going to help yourself. You're not going to rank better, right? So the way he found these topics, the way he selected what to write about to support the main page, I thought was really cool. And what he used a combination of the highly related words, and he used the word recommendations. So this is absolutely cool. And I don't know why I haven't thought of doing this, but he used the terms around the main terms. So this is our kind of like, it's almost like an AI entity explorer. It's basically the terms that the AI thinks are the most relevant for the main terms. So the SEO rock stars here. And that's ultimately what we wanted to convey to Google. So what we're creating is the supporting content, which is almost like this map around here that supports the main term. And if you actually look at the pages, like the term, like, was it like strategy, marketing, business? And I think I could even look at the top terms here. Hold up, let's take a look. Okay, yeah, there. So here he has a thing called marketing and SEO strategy. He literally took the term SEO, marketing. I can't even drag them around. He took the term marketing, SEO, marketing, and strategy, and he was like, oh, let me just mash them all together, and that's going to create a page, right? Marketing, SEO, strategy. And then after that, he's like, okay, well, let me take some of the top terms. Here we have web design that he used. If I go here, he has web design and development. And what else did he have? He has basically everything, website optimization services. So this is also going to be, you have the word optimization. I'm sure the website is somewhere here. He's just mashed things together, and that's how he created subpages. And I thought, you know what? Why haven't I done that? Because I'm a big fan of creating subpages, and this is just seems like the easiest way. So if you wanted to take it to the next level, let's say next year you want to compete and you want to rank even better, you just create more subpages. So here, for instance, we could create a subpage about PPC and PPC AdWords, or maybe PPC tools, or maybe content tools. Because I know he's not even, the content tools could be like another subpage that we could add to this, and then that would link to the main page, and that would help you rank even better, right? So there's still room for improvement. There's still room left. But actually, one of the things I wanted to highlight is you don't need to, it doesn't need to be perfect for you to rank. You just need to be doing better than the competition. And it all comes back down to the relevance, where even though he has a high amount of relevance, he doesn't need to have, he just needs to be higher than the competition. So it's all about being higher in competition. That is how you optimize. And that's going to be the next secret, where creating supporting content, let me go back, creating supporting content that links back to the main page. And all of that combined creates the most relevant page for the term SEO Rockstars. After that, I think he put out a press release, built a few citations, and I gave him, what was it, 2 links, and that was it. Like, I mean, if you, this is like mostly On-page that powered this, and it was able to optimize this. And I think he mentioned it, he put this whole website in about 5 hours. And I think it actually took him longer to do other things, and just, I'm sure more than that went into it, but putting up the website was really quick. And this is how the step-by-step and all the secrets that I just shared to optimize a website. So hopefully you could use all the secrets that have been used here to rank your website and to improve the rankings of your website. So let me kind of go over this. All right, we're going to be taking questions really soon, and I'm actually going to go over the tools and everything. Just do a quick recap of what Dan used to rank. So we talked about the on-page optimization, which, that's what he used, like all the ranking features, like the highly related words, recommended words. This is our on-page feature. Worth $3.99 a month. And he used the Swipe AI content. He used the topical authority content, the brief and outline tool. I showed you how he used it. The content editor as well, the AI auto writing. We showed you how that's used. I know he loves using predictive link building, and I just did a case study with link relevancy, where I created a disavow file and recovered a site. I did a case study. I think it was like last talk I did, actually. And inside On-page, you also have the over optimization protection feature, topical keyword feature, AI detection feature as well. We basically used everything to rank the website. And if you're not an On-page member yet, this is the absolute best time to kind of jump on. It is a ton of value. It's $1,867 a month if you were to compare and get these things elsewhere. Most people don't even offer it elsewhere. And here are the plans. Essentially, you got the SEO Lite, the SEO Standard. Dan uses the SEO Standard, which has all the features. So the Lite doesn't have all the features. The Standard has all the features. This is what he uses. And right now, for it's usually $3.99, but for Black Friday, we actually have a crazy sale, the best sale of the year, at 40% off the Lite version and 55% off the Pro. This is the essentially equivalent. This is what you want with all the features. So this is an absolutely crazy deal right now. It has all the pro features we just talked about. Everything we just showed, you could do it with this. And you even have 345 scans per month, which is a 15% bonus over the regular plan. So Dan has this plan right here with 300 scans a month. This one has 345, and it is 55% off. So if you are not using On-page yet, this is the best time of the year to lock it in, your rate. This is the absolute, there is no better time. And you're going to be laughing when the prices are higher, and you still have all access to all this. You lock in your rate, and this is the absolute best time. The way to sign up, and I'm going to answer questions in just a second, but the way to sign up if you are not signed up yet is you go to on-page.ai, the on-page.ai, you click on sign up, and you go right here and just put in your email. Really simple. Once you have your email and you're logged in, you come in and you're going to see, you log in, you click activate your plan right here. This big red button, and then you get to activate whatever plan you want. I highly recommend the Pro, which has all the features. It's our biggest savings. and we're eliminating it to the first 100 people. So we're doing pretty well on this. And this is the absolute best plan I could possibly log in. Highly recommend it if you're not. Now, I'm going to start taking questions. I'm going to try to answer all, any tricks that you guys or secrets that you might want to know more about. I will go in and let's dive into that right now. Cool. So let me go here, chat. Okay. Wow. Okay. There's a lot of stuff. I might not. Wow. There's more questions in chat than I anticipated here. So let me kind of go in and scroll up just a bit. We have keyword stuff, entity stuffing, new term for 2023. Yes, we do. Can we do this in different languages? Yes, you can. So the official languages are actually written on the homepage of what we support. I could just tell you, like offhand, we support all the languages that Google supports with their AI. So what we do here is we're using Google AI, and German is one of the supported languages. However, in German, Google doesn't offer the categorization. So there is some limitations with that, but the entities, it does work. We actually have people in Germany using it. And you could always select different regions. But yeah, there is, it's mainly, it's focused on English, although we do have people with different languages using this. So on the homepage, at the bottom of the homepage, we have the full list of languages that we support. Cool. So awesome. How do we see this? Is there going to be a recording? Okay, yeah. I'm going to try to make a replay available. Let's go see the features that we're demonstrating right. Okay, Steve asked, the features that we're demonstrating right now, do they come with light or do you have to get the pro version? You want to get the pro version. So I think you asked that question before, but to do all the things that we're doing here, you want to get the pro version. If you're really on a budget, you just want to get this optimization here, then you can get the light. Both plans are good. However, most people are taking pro. And I mean, I'm happy if you take either plan, except I want the best for you, right? I want the most value, and that's what I would recommend. Cool. All right, let's go see. Let's go talk about, okay. Okay, I wonder how this applies to local keywords, including cities such as Houston SEO. So this same formula, this entire same formula would apply almost word per word for any local term. So this works for international terms, which is awesome because SEO Rockstars, guys, this is not a local, it's not like plumbers near me, right? So this is an international term, and he was able to create a kind of a real business that ranked for this term. So this applies to everything, but especially local. So if you all want to rank in a specific region, one of the things that he did, which is really interesting, is he put the region in the title. So he has a region in the title, he has a region in the address, and this is just going to give him an especially crazy boost in that specific region. So let's keep on going. All right. I'm a founder of Signal Genesis, been using the software, love it. Would highly recommend check out our software. Okay, yeah, great. Where does it rank in non-normal mode and where the last videos? Okay, cool. So that's a good question. Now, this page will rank, it gets about 100. We have two modes. Whenever you're optimizing, you have two modes. You have in the content editor, you have a max mode and you have a normal mode. And what I recommend you do is start with the normal mode, and the normal mode will measure against the average. So if you're just starting out, start with the average, and then max will measure against the #1 results. In this case, would be SEO Rockstar. So let's go. If anyone wants to see older trainings, let me open up the On-page again. Let me go On-page.ai. We started putting our older trainings in live training. If you scroll to the bottom, you can see older replays here. So if ever you were like, oh, I want to go back and see what we did before, like I did a case here, right? Recovery with a disavow on Google. I did a case study here where I recovered a website and I show exactly how I did it. Here we talked about ranking. So you can just click here and see a whole bunch of replays for On-page. Now, that is not the only place I recommend going to get training. We actually have step-by-step training. So if ever you're getting started, you're going to help. And here you have the full training. I have videos for every single section. I explain absolutely everything. So, the design or the idea when we were creating On-page was that you don't need to go through any help. You just jump in. And if you've been doing SEO for a while, it'll be self-explanatory. You just be able to plug stuff in. You don't need to watch anything or do any training. But if you do have questions and you do want to go a bit further, it's available. All right, let me keep on going. We have to make sure to get on all the questions. Okay, so John asks, this is actually a really good question. I like this. John asks, can you please discuss a more competitive, higher traffic term? Yes, this obviously applies to extremely high traffic terms, extremely competitive terms. But one of the things that I want to highlight is that this term is a competition term where all of these people, like, let me scroll down, all these people here, all these people, like all these optimizations here, they're trying to rank. Someone created a podcast on Apple Music and sent a whole bunch of links here. Someone created a Twitter. Someone, like, people created a Facebook, the YouTube channel. They sent press releases. They tried and they registered exact match domains. They tried everything. These are SEO experts that were competing to try to outrank this website, right? So this was not a run of the, like, in terms of competition, you had veteran SEOs, like all these SEO agencies and SEOs that have been doing SEO for over a decade were competing for this one term. So that's why, and it wasn't like a fully established website, but all the concepts that are here do apply to, $10,000, $50,000 a day keywords. So I actually did a case study on the term buy Viagra. So, and buy Viagra, if you look at the top ranking, I did a whole breakdown on the term buy Viagra, which is one of the hardest keywords in the world to rank for. And they are doing exactly what I've outlined here. They're doing the same optimizations, the same supporting pages, everything to a T. That's what they're doing. So this, just think of this as a small scale of what you could do for the world's most competitive terms. Now, okay, cool. Is the entity, Chris asked, the entity gap feature live in the on-page tool? Yes, the feature entity gaps, so the competitor analysis right here, this is live for all the plans. We just released it at the beginning of last week. This is one of the things that I'm using the most these days. I absolutely love it for optimizing. All right, cool. So now I'm gonna go, I think we're almost done with the questions. If anyone has any more questions, I will be happy to answer. And okay, cool. Yeah, I think we're good with the questions. Once again, I want to thank you for your time. And if you haven't picked up On-Page yet, this is the best time to lock in your rate. And if you are an On-Page member and you want to upgrade to a plan, you can just click on the Activate Now, and we have prorated plans, which means that you don't lose half of the month or half of your whatever. It's basically adjusted all depending on how many days you used it. So you could activate and upgrade a plan. I know people are on a, you might have different plan and you might want to take advantage of the Black Friday floor plan. Click on Activate Now. You're going to get 15% more bonus credits, and you're going to get the highly discounted rate for the year. You're going to lock in your rate. You're going to be laughing when in 2023, when we were rolling out even more advanced features. This is the absolute best time of year. And these are honestly, they're going to be the best prices ever. So this is it. Thank you very much for your time. I hope you got a lot out of it. I went over the kind of like 4 secrets that helped this page rank for in number 1 in the SEO competition. And yeah, so thank you very much. And if you're already a customer, yes, Luke says, if you're already a customer, can you upgrade to the Black Friday special? Yes, you can, anytime. So let me just go over, just make sure everyone's on the same page. You go in account, and then if you already have a member, you could just change plan, and then you click on any Activate Now. It's automatically going to change it. And one person asked about the AI detection. AI detection is you put in all the URLs you want here, and it's going to go through. This is experimental, so we do still get false positives, but it'll try to detect AI written content. So if you're using a whole bunch of it, if you have a website that's fully AI written, you're going to get a high AI detection. Now, the AI detection doesn't necessarily mean that you're not going to rank, but it is something that you got to really watch out for, because when we're doing analysis, when you have a full AI written site and it's fully detected, they tend to have a harder time ranking than some other sites. So the Pro 8 features, let me just kind of break them down. The Pro 8 features are all the features kind of on the right-hand side. The Lite has 3 features. The Pro has all 8. So it has absolutely everything. And even in link relevancy, we have the full, we have the turbo, we have different modes. In predictive link building, we have domain link building, we have links, we have things like in the content editor, you get extra options. Like you could have the AI written, the auto AI writing, like you just put in the word like content here, and it's automatically going to write a sentence based on that word. You have paraphrasing. It's crazy. Like I didn't have, you have AI paraphrasing. I don't have enough time to go over all of the things that On-Page does. I just want to go over the I guess not important, but just the secrets for now. But people that dive into On-page, they use it every single day, and it's just packed with features. And we're coming out with more features in the next few weeks and few years. So hope you guys have enjoyed this. I really appreciate your time, and happy rankings, and I'll talk to you soon. Take care, guys.